I'm Aaron, and I'm here to interview Albert. So, how are you today, Albert?
I'm doing very good, Aaron. I'm looking forward to speaking to you about the upcoming show, Brigadoon.
Could you explain your part in the show?
Okay, well, I play Andrew McLaurin. Now, he's mid-50s, he's a sort of an old man, very gruff, but good-natured inside, and he's the father of Fiona McLaurin and Jean McLaurin. Now, Jean gets married, and Fiona ends up falling in love with the main male character. And I can explain that to you later, but it's a very, very interesting part. I'm working with it well. I like it a lot.
Well, it sounds very interesting. And I understand you need an accent for your part. How did you get that accent?
Well, yeah, that's true, Aaron. I do need an accent for this part, and in order to get it, well, actually, I'm going to go back a little. And earlier this year, in the fall, I did a drama called Philadelphia, Here I Come, and in that I played an Irishman, and well, the problem is in the show I didn't actually have an accent, but I heard the people using it, and I watched several Irish movies, and since takes place in Scotland, and the Scottish accent is very similar to the Irish, so I picked it up fairly easily. The only difference is rolling the R's and such.
All right. Well, could you give us a demo?
Yeah, I could, Aaron. I'd love to give you a demo of the Scottish accent. My name's Andrew McLaurin. Pleased to meet you.
Sounds fantastic. Okay. Tell us about some of the other major roles in the play.
All right. Well, as I mentioned earlier, my two daughters are main characters. There's Fiona McLaurin and Jean McLaurin, and Jean, in the beginning of the play, marries Charles Dalrymple, another inhabitant of Brigadoon, which is a town in Scotland. And then there's the two Americans that come to Brigadoon from America, Tommy Albright and Jeff Douglas. And and there's several other important characters that come about along the way, but those are the primary ones.
Yes. And could you tell us what's the story?
It's a very long story, Brigadoon. Now, see, what happens is two men from America, they're hunters, they're game hunters, and they travel to Scotland. And they come across this magical town. It's not on the map. It's called Brigadoon. So they get to Brigadoon, and things are weird start to happen. They notice this is like an old town. There's no telephones. The customs haven't changed for a long time, and they're really mystified. And then they find out from this man named Mr. Lundy that he tells them what the miracle of Brigadoon is. And what happens is every morning when they wake up, 100 years has passed. So the night before was 100 years ago. So like 300 years ago was 3 days ago to them. So it's really an intriguing story, and the only catch is if any members of Brigadoon leave, the town is vanished forever. So none of the original members can leave, but outsiders like Tommy and Jeff can come in, and they can stay if they want, and they just might stay, but you'll have to see it to find out.
Yeah, I heard you were using some very interesting sets. Could you explain some of the sets that you were using?
Yeah, I have to give a lot of credit to our stage crew and Mr. Anastasio for building wonderful sets. What they did was they took I think a wood platform, and they attached styrofoam pieces so that it's molded to look like rocks, and they painted them gray and black, and it really looks realistic. It really does. I have to give them credit. And they put this nice sign up that says Brigadoon. So we have a wonderful set. It looks very authentic. The top of one of the houses has real straw on it. So it's a great set. I have to give them credit for it.
All right. Now, I heard you guys rehearse every day. Could you explain the process of your rehearsals?
Yes, I could, Aaron. We do rehearse every day. It's necessary to put on a show of this caliber. Every day we rehearse. Most of the time when school's over at 3, we go from 3 to 6. The original time used to be 5:30, but as the less time towards the show, we increased the time of rehearsal. So we're going to 6 every day, and actually today we have a marathon rehearsal, 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock, to work out any of the kinks in the show so it can be the best it can be. Now, what happens at the rehearsal? Well, first of all, normally we start off for about 45 minutes going over the chorus numbers. There's a great deal of chorus numbers that everybody's involved in, and everybody needs to know the notes for. And then after that, we generally go through the scenes. We go through Act 1 or Act 2 with Friday or Saturday night casts, because it's a double-casted show. So rehearsals are enjoyable for me.
All right. And there seems to be a lot of dancing in the play. Could you give us a little demonstration of that?
No.
All right, well, worth a try. Explain your experience in drama.
Well, I myself have had a lot of past experiences, largely at school in past years. Like 7th grade, I was Injun Joe in The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. It was a great role for me. And in 8th grade, I didn't do the play. In 9th grade, we did Fiddler on the Roof. Phenomenal show. So not only have I done dramatic things at school, I've gone to summer camp, Tomato Patch at Mercer County Community College, and I've done several dramas there. So I've had a great deal of experience in this field, so I enjoy it very much.
All right, that's always good to hear. And why do you do a show like this?
I do it for the fun of it. I enjoy working with other people, getting to know them. It's a great way to make friends, to be in a show like this. You meet a lot of people, you get to know them, and you work with each other to produce something that really is extraordinary, It's just, it all comes together on that big night.
Yeah, sounds fantastic. And do you have any words of advice for young aspiring actors?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do, Aaron. All of you young aspiring actors, don't give up. If I'd given up, when I hadn't gotten roles that I wanted, I wouldn't be where I am today in Brigadoon as Andrew McLaurin. I mean, if you have to have a thick skin, and when you don't get a role, don't get flustered or discouraged. Keep trying, and it will come to you. Practice hard, learn your lines, don't cop an attitude in the show. Just be a team player, and you'll go far.
That sounds great. So, could you tell us when the show is and how we can see the show?
As a matter of fact, I can. February 26th and 27th at 7 p.m. and March 5th and 6th at 7 p.m. And it costs $5 in advance, $10 at the door.
All right, that sounds great.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing all of you there. It'll be a great show. You won't regret it.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it. And, well, that's just about all the time we have. So, I'm Aaron Sosnowski, and good night.